Okay then, today we are ranking every single guppy okay on the tier list. Going to go from pro pay, which is god tier, to great, to good, to alright, to pretty bad, and then set amount, which is absolute trash okay. So for this basically, I'm just judging them based on like their designs, although I will take into consideration their tiers, like if it's a tier 1 and it's like really good compared to a tier 2 that's like alright. Also the tier 1 is going to be way better, but because it's also more common, I think that should count for something as well, because it's really good and it's really common as well. So then, gonna jump straight into it then. I haven't actually done a tier list video for a while. I think the last one I actually did was like for the last update, like like a meta analysis. Basically, like every time that we get like a new update with new Loomians, I like making like a tier list, just like give my opinions on like maybe what Loomians are gonna like shoot up, some that shoot down, like how popular they are, because they're not going to be like as good, or they are actually really good. So then, I'm going to jump straight into it then with the tier 1s. Okay then, so we're just going to jump straight into it then, go over the tier 1s. Now unfortunately, most of the guppies, we don't actually have names for them. The only ones that we've actually like really named are like the tier 4s and the tier 5, so when I'm referring to guppies, I'm mostly going to talk about their colours, which is a little bit unfortunate because, as you can tell, there are a lot of green ones, unfortunately. But I mean, I think that's alright for these. Usually I don't really like a lot of green Loomians, but for like insects and like fishes, I mean, like different shades of like blue-greens, I think they look alright most of the time. Although some of them, I'm not gonna lie, I personally don't really like. Anyway, I'm gonna go over my favourite ones, I guess, which is gonna be the pink one, the red one, this, I don't like know what colour this one actually is. It's like a pale pinky colour. This and this one. So these are my favourite 1-stars. That whenever I get them, if they weren't 1-stars, I would definitely catch them, but I don't like boxes to fill up really quickly because obviously I do a lot of hunting and my PC boxes just fill up instantly. But for tier 1, these are really good. Honestly, for the rest of them, I'm not the biggest fan. Like the purple one is like alright. This one, honestly, I'm gonna throw inside the Mars. I mean, I'm not a big fan of like usually like browns or like darker shades like yellow. Like for Loomians, especially like a fish, I feel like it just doesn't really go well. I mean, on Luminami, it's like alright, it's mostly blue with a bit of yellow, but if it's like a majority of it, I really don't like it personally. Also, I'm going to take into consideration like a little bit of the Arapago as well, because I do know what the Arapago looks like for most of these, although for a lot of them, they still don't really like change that much. It's just basically like imagine it, but as a bigger fish. Now, the most interesting ones actually I'm gonna have to take into consideration is the glass ones, the tier 4 ones, when we actually get to it. So I'll go over that. I'd say that these ones are pretty like alright. I guess I probably should like put like a neutral one, like okay, but I think that's where alright is actually gonna be. And for greens, now I'm not really the biggest fan of like these ones, but I think these are alright, to be honest. So I think that is what I would probably put them for the tier 1s. Like these ones are alright, like they're pretty like a dark green, but they're not really like my favorite. Like I like for like fish, I like them to be like a pretty light green color, to be honest. Although I won't lie, going straight from alright to bad, probably not the best. I probably should have added another tier, but we're gonna leave okay. I'm not changing it now. Anyway, let's go put the tier 2s on, and I guess we'll rank those next. Which I think actually there's an absolute button of tier 2s. So this might take me a while. Okay then, moving on to the tier 2s. Actually, there's only 7. I must be thinking about the tier 4s because there's an absolute button in tier 4s. But basically, I felt a little bit bad, okay, just having it go from alright to straight up just bad. So I've added an rank. Like, they're not too bad, but I wouldn't like pick them over like any of the other ones. So I added in another one because I felt bad like putting these on, because I mean, they're not like terrible, but I definitely wouldn't pick them over the ones above it, obviously. So I decided to add in another rank. Okay, so then gonna go to the tier 2s, which honestly I feel like a lot of these are like pretty darn good, to be honest, like for tier 2s. So I think for what I'm actually gonna do, actually this one's pretty great, like white and blue and grey. Yes, that's an absolute great one. The purple one, I'd probably put in like good. I think that's actually probably going to be the only great one. This red one's actually really good. I would also put it in the good as well. Like, it's like very similar to like the cherry one in tier 1, but a little bit different. Actually, I'd say that's like close to being great, but like I'm still going to keep it in good because this is like on another level. Okay, black and it's basically the same as this one, but black instead of blue. Love to see it as well. This one's alright. I wouldn't say like it's amazing. The blue one, it's alright. I'm not really a big fan of like the yellow that much, to be honest. Like this one looks way better. And also you'll probably like see as well, a lot of these guppies that have like some like similarities in like colors, like only a little bit of them has changed, which I mean, there's so many guppies. I mean, some of them are gonna do that. And again, this one is I mean, Honestly, actually, no, I'm gonna stop this one in bads. Like, this one is basically like these two, but I mean orange. I mean, I would rather take these two over this one personally, and especially for like a tier 2. Nah, it missed me with that. Okay, anyway, onto the tier 3s. Okay then, tier 3s are excellent. There's actually only 3 of them, so this one can be a pretty easy one. Although some of these are like absolutely great. Okay, so black and red. Yes, it's like the exact same as like the blue one, but like inverted basically. Like instead of blue, it's red. Instead of like white, it's black. I mean, yes. Okay, that's a straight up yes. This one as well, I'd say, is pretty darn great. Again, for a tier 3, to say like these are like free, heck yeah. Also, whenever we get to like the tier 4s and we get like to the robots, I mean, they are gonna share these ranks, okay? Even though you might say like, oh well, the robot one and like that is like way better than these ones, but to say that these are like free ones that are like very common, I feel like they should go like toe to toe with them, because also like the robot one, for example, is like way rarer. You can probably get like 20 of these before you get like a robot one. So I think it's alright if they actually share this the same tier, because they're way more common. You can get more of them. For this one, I'd say this one's like alright. For a tier 3, this is my least favorite one. These two like low are like, whenever I get them, again, I'm actually happy that I get them, but because I got like no PC room, I'm not going to catch them either way, unfortunately. But anyway, now onto the big boys, okay? Probably what most people are actually waiting for. Tier 4 and 5s, which most of them actually have names, so when I refer to them, I don't say like this, that, blue with black on it. So I can actually like refer to them as their names, as we've come to basically decide what their names are. So onto the tier 4s. Okay then, so I'm gonna start off with the tier 4s, okay? And there are so many good ones on this one, and some of them look like really good like when you evolve them as well. Some of them when you evolve them to like Arpago, I feel like kind of like go down. So then, gonna start things off with, why are you out of Sedimars, man? Get back in Sedimars. You are not you wish you were a tier 4, man. You are so garbage. Get back in Sedimars. Anyway, I think we should start off with the best one, okay? And that's straight up the deep sea one. That is what I refer to it as. That's like, this should be a 5-star. That's how good it is. I think it should be in a 5-star, and I think originally it was meant to be a 5-star. I might be wrong about that one though. So yeah, it is by far the best. I don't care, okay, about like the robot one. Yeah, it's cool, but the deep sea one, straight up the best. I don't care what your opinion is, okay? If it isn't in pro pay god tier, who are you, okay? What are you doing? Anyway, next, I guess we'll go over the glass ones. We also got the green, blue, and red ones. Now, as a guppy, I would put these in. Yeah, they're pretty good. I mean, I won't say like they're amazing, but that's because they're called glass for a reason. But on Goppie, you can't really notice it that much. But when you evolve them and you look at like the back half of the fins, you can actually see through them. So just because of Arpago, I'm gonna put these in like great. Like, these are like pretty good if you evolve them. If you keep them as Goppies, I mean, they look pretty cool. I mean, it's like this one, for example. Like, this is basically this. But I mean, it's a 4-star, whereas this is what I said. I think a 3-star. I mean, yeah. I mean, for 4 stars for the Goppies, I'm gonna not come down a little bit. If they like were like see-through like the Arpago, I think they'll actually go up to great. Next up, I guess we'll go over is the I guess we'll do the robot one. I think the robot one's like pretty great. Wait, what would I just do? How did I just do that? The robot one's pretty great. I'm not gonna lie though, it just kind of weirded me out whenever I see it in the wild. I am gonna catch all of the 4 stars. Well, that look cool, but it is really weird seeing like a robot guppy. I'm not gonna lie. The wood one I'd say is like pretty great as well. The royal one, personally, I'm not the biggest fan of this one. I'm gonna put this one in alright. Some people are probably gonna absolutely hate me because this is some people's like favorite like 4-star tier one, which I mean, no, come on, deep sea one, please. Okay, next up we have, I guess, the bones one. I think this is like pretty great as well, to be honest. Like, I don't think I've caught this one yet. I think this is like one of the only 4 stars. I'm missing 2 4 stars in the game so far. I think it's this one, and I want to say the pink waffle one. I don't actually remember what we call this one. So there's that. Going over the next one then, I guess we'll actually go over like we have the chocolate and the strawberry like waffle cone one. I don't exactly remember what we actually call them off the top of my head. These ones are great, to be honest. Like, they're just great. I mean, it looks like food, and it's fish and chips. Oh yes, okay, that is an oh yes. The cloth one I would say is like good. I'm not gonna lie, like it's better than like most of the Guppies, but you can't lie, it's pretty weird, okay? It's like the robot, like, it's weird, but I'd say that the robot's, like, cooler still. And last up is these two. The multicolored one is like alright. I'm not like the biggest fan of it, to be honest. Like it's like alright. Like I won't say it's like good. I would rather like catch all these ones over it. And then this one, honestly, I don't think I've seen this one that much. I would say like I'd say it's like alright again. I haven't really seen this one too much. I can't like really rank it amazingly. I'll say either alright or like pushing almost to a good. Okay then. And now the last one's okay, the tier 5, so let's go over those ones now. Okay then, just gonna jump straight to it. Why are you get back inside the Mazma? You're definitely not a tier 5, get out of here man. Okay then, so then, tier 5s. Honestly, it's pretty simple where I'm gonna put these. They all belong in God tier, okay? All of the 5-star tiers make sense to be in a 5-star tier. Like the only like other guppy that is on like any of the other tiers I would say is like God tier is the deep sea one that I think still should be in a 5-star one, but also I mean it's whatever. For the order of them, honestly, I would probably like for the God tier ones, okay, I would probably like list them in this specific order. Yes, I probably do that. My favorite one is the Galaxy one, and then honestly, I think the deep sea one is probably my second favorite because I mean it's a 4-star, so it's easier to get them. And I mean, come on. It looks so cool. It looks so freaking cool. Then I'd probably say the lightning one and the gemstone one. I think the only one I'm actually missing now for the 5-star is the gemstone one. I have the lightning one. I think I actually have 2 lightning ones and 2 galaxy ones. I'm just missing the gemstone one and I can't get it. Some people are going to be a little bit upset because I prefer the lightning one over the gemstone one. Actually, I think people actually call this one the crystal one, but I'm just calling it the gemstone one, okay? Some people like the gemstone one more than the lightning one. I can understand that. I mean, the lightning one does look like you just took a guppy, slaps like a PNG on it. I understand that, but I mean, I was gonna call it an aura. I'll be so mad at myself if I call it an aura. The radiant just like is so good on the lightning one. Like, if you like taking consideration radiance, the lightning one is the lightning radiant is way better than the gemstone one. I mean, it's just like the gemstone one like not terrible for the radiant, but I mean, lightning one is way better. So I think this is actually what I would actually put them in. If you disagree, okay, let me know in the comments down below. Honestly, I feel like most of the guppies that we actually got with the guppy pond, none of like we don't have like any of them that are like really like bad, to be honest. So that's why most of them like are in the top half of the tier list. Like the only ones that I think are like actually like pretty like bad is mostly just like the one like brown one that we have that looks like. It's like, why would I ever take this over any of these old guppies? Exactly, I wouldn't. I mean, at this one again, we have like a lot of green ones that are all right, but no, it's just like a mess. It's like, yeah, throw a bit of green on it, throw a bit of blue on it, throw a bit of orange on it. Why not? No, okay, I don't care. Okay, bads. These ones, like I said, we have like a lot of green guppies, but for like the darker, like harsher, like greens, I'm not really the biggest fan of them, to be honest. I like it because also like they're like fish, also like different like shades of like blue and green. I prefer them when it's like a softer green, like a lighter green, like the ones that also are above it, which is why I've done that. So then, I think I'm actually happy with this. Like I said, I'm still going to catch every guppy. I mean, I've almost done it already. I'm just missing 3 guppies now in total, which is, like I said, the gemstone one is a tier 5 and just 2 4-star ones. And that's actually the only ones I'm actually missing for the game. And then I can actually get all of those 28 shards, which hopefully can happen soon. I've been fishing so much. But yeah, I think this is what I'm actually going to leave it off. Okay, so hopefully you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you guys next time.